Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into a really profound idea from the Thai Buddhist monk Buddhadasa Bhikkhu. It's all about one simple question. How do you live a life that's a great investment instead of one that just gets wasted? All right, let's start with a question that, we all think about. What's the best investment you can possibly make? Where should you really put your time and energy to get the biggest bang for your buck?
Is it stocks? Chasing that hot new tech company? Or trying to time the market for that huge payout?
Okay, what about real estate? Something you can actually see and touch. It's the classic way to build wealth, right? Or, hey, maybe you're thinking about cryptocurrency, diving headfirst into that wild, volatile world, hoping to catch the next big wave. Well, those are all, perfectly fine ways to invest your money. But Buddhadasa Bhikkhu came at this from a totally different angle. He said, forget all that. The single greatest, most important investment you will ever make is your own life. So let's really get into this because it's a fascinating idea. He had a name for it, Chiwit Wohan, and it basically boils down to this: thinking of your life as a business, an investment that's meant to turn the highest possible profit. Okay, and this is where it gets super interesting. Let's look at that word Wohan. Today, people mostly think it means like being a good speaker, rhetoric. But Buddhadasa pointed out a much older, deeper meaning: investment. It's the art of taking something small and turning it into something way, way bigger. So you put Chiwit life and Wuhan investment together, and you get Chiwit Wuhan. It's this incredible concept that life itself is governed by a natural law of investment. Think about it. Every single day you are constantly trading small things, your time, your energy, your focus, to get a much bigger return, like wisdom, personal growth, and a genuine sense of fulfillment. Now, according to this philosophy, all this constant investing we're doing, it leads every single one of us down one of two roads. At the end of the day, your life is kind of like a balance sheet, and it's either going to show a huge profit or a complete and total bankruptcy. And this really lays out the two options, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the wise investor. You're guided by understanding, you're working with that natural flow of growth, and you reach your absolute highest potential. On the other side, you've got the foolish investor. This person is just driven by raw instinct and desire, constantly fighting against nature. And the end result? What he calls spiritual bankruptcy. Ouch. Okay, so how do we actually become that wise investor? This is where Buddhadasa's idea gets really practical. It makes us look at the absolute basics of life, what he called the four requisites, and ask a tough question. Are these things assets that are helping us grow, or are they just bait? Let's start with food. A wise investment is pretty simple. You eat for health, for energy, to actually live. But when food turns into baits, well, that's when you're just eating for the pleasure of it, for the taste alone. And that's a bad investment that leads to sickness, debt, and just wanting more and more. And it's the exact same deal with clothing. Is what you're wearing a practical tool for protection and comfort, or is it just bait for your ego, a way to show off that ends up wasting your money and distracting your mind? How about your home? It can be a wise investment, a sanctuary that gives you peace and security. Or it can be bait, a status symbol that just buries you in debt, anxiety, and a whole lot of stress. And believe it or not, even medicine can be bait. Used wisely, it's a lifesaver, it heals you. But when it becomes a crutch, it just allows you to keep making terrible investments in your health because you think, I can just fix it with a pill later. You never actually fix the real problem. So here's the real takeaway. A profitable life isn't just about dodging bad investments. No, it's about actively building a balanced portfolio, one that's designed to give you the absolute best returns when it comes to your overall well-being. And this gives us a great picture of what that portfolio looks like. It's got three main parts. First, you've got your physical health. That's kind of like the outer shell. Then, just as important, is your inner life, your mental and spiritual clarity. That's the core. And finally, you have to invest in your relationships and your community, creating social harmony. A genuinely wealthy life, it's got all three of those in perfect balance. All right, so the big question is, how do we actually build this thing? The great part is that Buddhadasa didn't just give us a cool philosophy and walk away. Nope, he laid out a clear three-step investment strategy that any of us can start using, like right now. Okay, step one, find joy in your work. And that doesn't just mean your 9-to-5 job. It means even the boring stuff like doing chores. Treat it like a form of meditation, a chance to be happy and present. Step 2, love others. Genuinely. See everyone else as being on the same journey with you. You'll quickly find that giving to people brings you a way deeper, longer-lasting happiness than just taking for yourself. And finally, step 3, control your mind. You have to actively manage your thoughts. Every time you catch yourself feeling greedy or angry and you shut it down, boom, you've just increased your spiritual capital. You're literally getting richer on the inside. So, as we bring this all together, the whole philosophy really leaves us with one powerful question to think about. Your life is happening right now. It's evolving with every single choice you make. So you just have to ask yourself, are you being a wise investor?